Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Three Different Dads. We're back after Jim asked when our last episode was. It was the 27th of December. So we're back. Only two of us, apparently. The third one, Tyler, I have no idea where he's at or what he's going on. I think
Two Different Dads sounds like a good show as well.
two
So
different. Yeah, we could change it
I
real
feel like that
quick.
was a sitcom in the late mid '90s.
Two different dads.
Yeah, My
I don't
Two
know.
Dads.
My Yeah, I maybe. A
I don't know.
little too progressive for the time period. Maybe it didn't
I
stick
guess.
around.
The
Anyway, Jim, welcome
trailblazer.
back. Welcome back,
Thank
Jim.
you. Thank you.
Also, thank you for setting your alarm because you went out to see Dave Matthews, the
That's
Dave
right.
Matthews Band. So,
Two
uh,
days in a row. Went to Houston Friday with our buddy Trey, and then
mhm.
took the wives with us last night. So it was a nice little weekend.
Yeah, who titled that the Texas Two Step? I couldn't remember who. I don't know if that was Trey or when
Yes,
he
it's
posted it.
just it's just a weird I don't want to get too nerdy, but a lot of forums and different things like the Dave tour when they come to Texas, they just kind of call it the Texas Two Step.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, like even when we were in Houston, I was sitting next to people from Allen, Texas, just saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm here. Like we're gonna go to the other one tomorrow as well in Dallas." So
Did you wear the shirt both days?
no, I did not.
Uh,
I did not.
that is a
So
good shirt. I do enjoy that
I
shirt.
got stopped. I got a lot of comments on it.
Nice.
I got a bracelet from a person.
Did you say, hey, by the way, we're going to talk about it on a podcast tomorrow, and then did you hand him your business card?
No, no, I should have. That's my bad. My wife who
My
got me the
bad.
shirt was just like, you should have, you could tell them that your wife got it for you. Um, but I didn't do that either. I just said thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
So
you're excited. People are excited about the shirt. You're excited. You're just your mind's blown. You're just
it
a lot going
was
on.
it was an experience.
Yeah,
So
two
yeah.
experiences. That's what I told Andrea. She was like, why is it called Texas Two Step? I go, well, I'm assuming they're like in Austin or Houston, and then also Dallas. And she said,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So
Yeah.
well,
Yep.
good. Well, I'm glad you got to have fun. Looked like a good time. Again, it's well documented that Dave is not my scene, but I'm glad you have fun.
Yeah. It was a good
Yeah,
time. It
yeah,
was a good time.
yeah.
So
Um, so we're back, and just real quick for I have been slowly telling some of our fans that I know personally that we were planning on coming back. So when we left, we were doing once a week, right? Is that what we were doing?
yep.
I can't remember.
I
So
think
now
so.
now we're doing once every 2 weeks. Just make it a little easier, make it easier on us. Again, we all have kids. Tyler's fiance is pregnant, which I don't know. I don't think we talked about that. I don't remember
No,
if
I
we
don't
talked
think
about
we
that in the
knew at
show.
the time.
Yeah. So she's pregnant and she's going to give birth here within the next month or so. So we're trying to make it a little easier on us, but please continue to write in because the loyalists do tend to text or email. So continue to do that, and we'll answer all your questions. I think I told somebody, she's like, "Well, I'm going to ask a bunch of questions on like what's been happening, what's going on, why, where are you guys at?" So feel free
Yeah.
to write that in, and we'll answer those then in a couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Jim, how have you been doing? Everything's been going all right with you?
Yeah. So it's Jesus, I don't know where to like lots changed in I guess
Mm-hmm.
the a few months here. So but yeah, it's things are well. It's summer officially
Yeah.
here. So um yeah, man, it's going well. We're
I,
in a new normal, I guess now. So
I do have a question. Is how has are you still involved in your HOA?
uh You're talking to the president of the HOA now.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, time out real quick. So many questions. I'm first of
Yeah.
all, I thought and correct me if I'm wrong, I thought you're like, all right, I got in, this is cool. And then as you did it, you're like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And now you just went the other way, I feel like.
Yeah. So when you're in for 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So, um,
Holy shit. Oh no.
oh,
All right,
are
go
you
ahead.
there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We had very low participation from the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was able to talk to my neighbor, talk to some other people. We got them involved a little bit. We had 4 people leave the board because their 3 years was up
Mm-hmm.
and we needed to get new people in there. So yeah, it's we had a meeting last month and no one, it was myself and then a bunch of new people on the board and no one wanted to be president. And so they kind of were like, well, you kind of know what's going on. I'm like, I've been doing this for a year and a half and I don't really know what's going on. But like we do need to do that, like whatever. We need a president. We still don't have a treasurer, and some different things, but yeah, so I stepped up, did that. I just told him like, look, hey, normal meetings have been 2 hours. Like, we're gonna get this thing down to about 40 minutes probably.
Yeah.
Um, like, here's kind of the agenda going forward. Like, just come with real problems that we can solve, and if we can't solve them, like, let's not spend 30 minutes going around in circles. So, um, had that conversation last month. Everybody seemed to be kind of on board with it. So it's just, I don't think it's going to be a major talk. Everybody that's on the board I like. The only issue will be one of the guys that's on there. Um, Kudos to him. He has been causing a lot of the problems.
Yeah.
So I think he's just like, well, I'll just join the board or the HOA.
Okay.
And yeah, then they can't really fuck with me. And we can't. And our biggest power is we can just write a letter.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. Um, Whatever. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. So it's
Dude,
gonna
so
be, I'm not getting I'm not looking to change the world, but
just one HOA at a time.
dude, that's all I can do.
Dude, that's I'm excited for you because even that beginning where you're like, hey, it usually takes 2 hours, we're dumbing this thing down to 40 minutes, maybe an hour, like
Yeah,
because that's a huge thing. And I'm sure people, well, new people, they had no idea, but people are like, wait, we had to sit in here for 2 hours, and just a little change like that people will appreciate, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
So what are you gonna do in your what I don't know how long you've been president, but what are you gonna do in your first 100 days here?
Yeah, so there's just really, we've been trying to get our creek. There's a irrigation issue.
Mm,
No one gives a shit about this, but
I
it
do.
bores me talking about this. But
I
let's
like your I know irrigation. What's your problem here?
yeah, so we got a creek that runs through the neighborhood and into our park. Um, there's a not sewer sediment buildup,
Okay.
and so we're getting that all taken care of. It's going to cost a shitload of money. There's an erosion issue,
Mm,
so we're going to get that all taken care of. But the issue that we're running into right now is that essentially our neighborhood's been here 20 years
yeah.
and before like nothing was built up around it. And so now there's other things built up around it. So the city said initially like, hey, like under the street and under like certain areas that are the city, because the sediment buildup probably came because of the new building and like
Construction.
doing all
Yeah.
this other stuff, that they would take care of that. Now they've kind of been pretty silent on this. So
You better write
I
your
told
strongly
them
worded letter.
we did, and we did not get a response. Um, so yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. But
All
it's
right. All right.
yeah, that's the big goal for. for the next year and a half. That's something they've been talking about for like 5 years now. So it's like, let's just get this.
Get
Let's
it
try to
done.
get. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a new
we've been
sheriff in
having
town.
we've been having crazy rainstorms, man.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of tornadoes recently, a lot of
Damn.
um real heavy rain
Yeah.
the last few days. So yeah, park's been a disaster.
Well, that's good, man. It sounds like you're I think what people want is just move forward. Let's just keep moving forward as opposed to, just like you said, talking in circles or whatever. So,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. For sure.
Look at
Sorry I'm
So
late, guys.
oh
hey,
sleepyhead here.
Uh,
let's be nice, man. What time? It's
well,
8:18 my time. Just FYI, I'm here.
yeah. No excuses. Livy and we had a sleepover at the literally on our couch. Uh, we watched Stranger Things till 12:30. My phone died. It was like the perfect storm. Phone died because I had an alarm set for 8:45. I roll out of bed and I'm just like thinking, and I'm like, oh shit, I got a podcast. What time is that? I look at my phone. Phone's dead. I, I run to the kitchen. I was like, oh fuck, it's 9:15.
Hey, you're here. You,
Ah,
you missed our big intro, our welcome back intro. It was I had a band and everything, but you
Yeah,
missed it. So
damn.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
we have a
Well, this
theme
is on
song.
par for the program, really. I mean,
I was trying. We were trying to come back with a bang, though. You know.
I know. I really, I just apologies to the listeners
No, that's all right.
for
We
my
we
own tardiness.
yeah.
Hey Ty, you ready for this?
Yes. Did you already talk about the Mavs?
No, we
No.
didn't.
I just
I
I
need a
just
third
assumed-
party. We need a third party.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey Ty.
Yes.
Dick Buckus,
Uh-huh.
Randy Johnson, Ichiro, and Bernie Williams.
All born on June 2nd.
No,
All what?
they're all number 51, and this is our 51st episode.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Forgot we did that. Oh.
Yeah. So I put in I titled the Zoom three different dads 51, and I didn't even finish my sentence because you're like Jim goes, Lorenzo, you're gonna get this, but Tyler won't. I was like, well, he's gonna see. He goes, no, he won't see it. He won't see the Zoom.
I no. Missed it. I just literally I panic joined. I got
All
on my
right.
computer as fast as possible. Clicked the Zoom link, didn't read the title at all.
Well,
So
I'll tell you, you guys, Jim set his alarm. Tyler missed his alarm.
I had the alarm. My phone died.
Yeah.
Just clarify.
I woke up, emptied the dishwasher, washed a bunch of water bottles, did a load of laundry, brushed my teeth, got
Damn.
changed, and yeah.
You're on point, dude. I'm sorry.
I also
Hey.
cannot sleep in for the life of me.
Hey, I have a question for you guys because I know you guys would have this. Not a lot of people here have it, but do you guys have the Marcos app?
I don't have the
No.
app. No.
Do you have a Marcos account, like an online account that you order from?
Yeah.
I've been getting more like, hey, here's a link to reset your Marcos password. Last night I got 5 emails from them.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe someone with a similar name that thinks that their username is what your username is.
But like at 2, 3 a.m. I don't know.
It's fishy. Literally.
Maybe.
Fishy.
Yeah.
But like I
Hackers
got
trying to hack your
one.
pizza account.
Yeah, I got one a week ago like that too. But like this morning I got a ton of them. I don't know.
I actually haven't got an actual email from Marcos since April.
Things that make you go,
Hmm.
I thought my fishing joke was pretty good, but no one got it.
No,
It's all
no. Do you want to go? You want to get into this, Lorenzo?
I feel like you do. So can I tell you, I didn't want to, and I'll burst this bubble here. I didn't want to burst Bucher's bubble through text because when he was, Ty Bucher texted Jimmy and I talking about the Mavs bet, and then at the end he's like, I feel good because I'm bringing the podcast back together because we did say we're going to podcast about it. But I didn't want to tell him like, hey, we already decided we were gonna start the podcast, but
Yeah,
I let him have it for a few weeks. But now that he's listened to this,
he'll know.
I had
he'll
another
know.
listener that reached out to me, and super pumped that the podcast was coming back on.
Is this listener living in your house with you?
No,
No.
Beth.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Beth.
she is a
Yeah.
big she is a big listener. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think she probably reached out to us around the same time because she did reach out to me as well,
Oh yeah.
asking like uh if we're bringing it back or we should bring it back. Here's what she said. Oh, she just said, when are you guys bringing the pod back? I said
Who
soon.
is
I hope.
this?
Your sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. She was giving me ideas of like what we should do.
I must
Uh,
have just.
and then, well, her idea, one of them, which I appreciated because she was thinking of us, because her emphasis was time to get some money in your guys' pockets. She said to open up questioning, and based off of like, so the three of us would have a take, and whose take was best basically would get the most donation of dollars. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting way to do it. Okay, I'll bring that up.
You know,
But
a lot of people have ideas to make money like for podcasts or something similar to that, which is great. You know, I think they are good ideas. The problem is with this podcast or my other podcast, like there's just not enough people to listen that will say like, yeah, I'll give you money. You know, it's just
well, we got
not.
one donation, so that's the winner of today's podcast results.
But yeah, yeah, Jim, let's get it. So a long time ago, um, I bet Jim and I bet $100 that the Mavs would not be the number one or two seed. Jimmy was pretty adamant that we add the number one in there as well.
Which I'm looking back at it. It's probably good that I was that adamant on it.
Ultimately, it did not matter because they were the number five seed. So, so Jimmy owes me $100, which he has not paid me. Which whatever, I'm fine with it. And Tyler, I don't know if you know this. I told Jimmy this was before the conference series were done, the conference finals. I said, Jim, you don't have to pay my money back, but if Celtics and the Mavs both make it in the finals, I want you to take that $100 and put it on the Celtics to win the NBA finals.
Ooh,
And Jimmy agreed in text. So, have you done that yet, Jim?
I I can't gamble in Texas.
Oh no, I forgot.
yeah, he's
Oh,
screwed. No gambling.
dang.
He would have to drive to like Oklahoma,
And
I think, right?
also,
Yeah,
no, it would have to be Louisiana as the closest.
Oh, damn. It's even
Yeah.
worse.
I forgot
Yeah.
about that. Bummer.
But so I don't know what I agreed to in text with you because we were going back and forth for a minute and I was laying in bed, I believe, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
But I was getting fired up. So,
We were going back and forth, and then Bucher was just reading it all.
yeah, fucking Booker.
Uh,
But no. So I mean, the frustrating part to me is I shouldn't have, I knew that the Mavs were one of the two best teams in the West. And
Should have put the caveat in there about
yeah, I should have
NBA
been like, hey,
finals
they're gonna
berth or
make the
something.
Western Conference finals.
sure.
Because that was an easy bet. That was cash ticket. Easy. They won the whole thing. And so, semantics get you a little bit sometimes. So I wasn't thinking too that far in advance. It was just like, just the season, which is stupid, like whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
best teams of all time, but it's injuries got them early on, man. So
They, as someone that bet the Mavs a lot, thanks to Jim, who convinced me early in the season to bet the Mavs a lot, they are a much different team now, right now in the playoffs than they had previously been throughout the whole year that I saw. They
I will.
play defense, which is crazy to me, because much of the year they played zero defense. So
I
I don't
will
know.
tell
I
you,
was impressed.
Lively is one headshot away from not playing in the fight. Man, that dude, he took one shot and then he took another
Yeah.
one, and I'm surprised he got up and was able to play again.
he's a dog, dude.
Yeah.
He's the second best rookie in this class. Facts.
What did he end up in rookie of the year voting?
I think it was like fifth or sixth, which is
Okay.
crazy to me. I mean, now granted, he's a dude that if he's on a different team, he's not nearly as good. He
Yeah.
fits what the Mavs need to do, and it's cool because we have two centers that can just play half the game really, and it's like if you get both their minutes together and like be like, hey, this is what our center gets, they're usually it's like 30 points combined with him and Gafford and like 20 rebounds and then a couple of blocks.
Five blocks. Yeah.
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 So it's like, hey, we have a legit presence inside, and that's what really hurt us. We would have swept uh Minnesota if he wasn't hurt in game 4.
I think so. Yeah.
We just it's very like the problem is the people that we started the season with, like Dwight Powell at center, like he doesn't even play now, you know. So, but dude, it's the city's a buzzing. We got the Mavs, we got the Stars, Rangers won it, you know, last year.
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Mateo asked me about the Cowboys, and I was like, they are not going to be good, man. He goes, no. I go,
Got Zeke back.
I don't know, 500 probably. I said don't expect them to be good.
Got
And he
Zeke.
then he didn't ask any more questions after that.
Jerry Jones said he was all in and did not make fucking
And
move.
did
he
nothing.
didn't do anything.
Oh man.
He was definitely all out.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a good time, man. It's the city has a little bit of a buzz right now to it. So
And as we,
we'll
yeah,
see if
and as we
this
said at the top of the podcast, Dave was in town, so that was another.
Dave was in town.
Yeah.
Dude, it's and hey, for yesterday, even though we've had crazy storms, yesterday Trey and I were driving back. We were at his house. It was 68 degrees at like noon. Now, granted, a storm just went through,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was like
It was
hell
beautiful.
yes.
Yeah.
But that was a win.
Yeah, but it's gonna be probably a hundo here soon. So I'm gonna want to
Not be
move.
outside.
I'll be looking at real estate in Ohio here in like a month.
Is that a thing for you where like it just gets so unbearable? Like every year you're like, all right, maybe this is the
It's you know what I'm thinking about getting, and not for like health benefit wise, but they have like those single cold plunges.
Hmm.
And like, I just feel in the summertime, it would be so nice just to your body temperature, dude. When it's 100, like when you walk outside and it's just like super hot, and then you're just in the heat all the time, your body temperature just never like I just feel constantly warm. Even if I'm in
Yeah.
AC, it's like this sucks. I'm like, maybe if I'm in like, a 50-degree pool tub
Yeah.
for like a minute, it will help kind of lower that and make me feel less like a piece of shit. So I don't know. We'll see. Probably not, but maybe.
Yeah.
So
Well, the good news is the 10-day says there's no days over 100. So you're like low 90s.
oh,
There's a 95 in there, but
hey, I got an important topic for everybody.
Go ahead.
Zach, real Zach.
Real Zach. Um, NCAA 25.
Yeah.
Do you guys have the new gaming console now?
Yeah. I got
Oh,
an
you have a
Xbox.
PS5?
I got an Xbox,
Oh,
like a series, whatever it is, S.
I think I might
I
get a
do not.
PlayStation 5. I think I've been scouring Facebook Marketplace
Yeah.
because I'm like, there's got to be some dorks on there that just want to get rid of theirs and like maybe they're doing something else. So
Dude,
pretty,
so first of all, Mateo's been watching a bunch of videos on the new video game coming out, right? And he asked
yeah.
me, he goes, are you buying it when it comes out? Dad? I go, yeah, I'm 100% buying it. What are you crazy? I've been waiting for this game for 11 years or whatever the fuck now, man. Like, yes, I'm 100% buying this thing. And when you're talking about Facebook Marketplace, I peer pressured our buddy Sparks into buying a new Xbox because I wanted to play Fortnite with him, and his son took their Switch and out
Yeah.
of town, so he was just there. I was like, dude, we got to play, man. You got to see what you can find. And then he sent me a picture of an Xbox that he bought like 3 hours later.
That he just bought. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's awesome.
He said there's a real resale shop down the street from him. But Jim, you definitely have to do that. We definitely have to play video games.
Yeah. Well, can you cross-platform it now? Like, is that
Most games you can. Yeah.
okay?
I don't think there is one game that I know that you can't do that. Sometimes the only thing I know on Fortnite, it'll say like, hey, you can't do it right now for whatever reason. There's a bug or something they're trying to fix, but it pops up on the screen. But most games, yeah, you can do cross platform.
I may have watched like a little bit of a. They had a gameplay trailer
Yeah.
on Friday, and got very, very excited.
Dude,
Just
I'm
thinking
telling
about
you.
the amount of wasted hours in my life and just neglect to my children and my significant other that's going to happen over the course of the next coming months. Very
I'm a little
excited.
worried about how bad I'll be though. Like I'm going to be straight garbage because I haven't touched the sticks in a long time.
So here's what I tell you. All of us that will be that way.
Oh yeah,
I played a tiny bit of Madden. I'm not a huge Madden fan, but Mateo asked to play. But he plays on super easy because he likes to score a shitload of points. But we're all gonna do that. And I feel like we have to get like a season going. Like
yeah.
like
The,
That'd
the
be awesome.
more than just the three dads. Like we got to get Trey. We got to get anybody who played this game. We got to get a season going.
the content on social media though is hilarious right now, like coming out because it's just like like people break, like they take an old gif of somebody breaking shit, and it's just like the feeling. Well, what's it? The feeling I have when my 5-star recruit goes to Hawaii. Like,
Dude, the
oh
best
man.
thing about this game though is like looking at the videos of people breaking it down. It's all like old dudes like us. Like I haven't seen younger people embrace this game at all.
They
And
they have no
it's
idea.
like,
Yeah.
But who has the money,
yeah.
right?
Oh, and I'm sure we'll get price gouged for whatever.
I
And I'll
don't
probably buy the ultimate deluxe version.
Ultimate deluxe
there
for a
there is
hundred and
one that you can buy the college football 25 and the new Madden together for like a price or whatever. Yeah. But
So
I just looked on cross platform. You can play. There's just some like things you got to turn on like when you actually get the game.
nice.
Oh, you can pre-order it already?
yeah.
I need to get a PlayStation first. That's
Yeah, the MVP bundle. College football 25 deluxe edition, 3-day early access,
ooh.
4,600 college football points, Heisman hopeful ultimate team pack, alma mater ultimate team pack, cover athlete ultimate team pack.
I hate all these team packs, by the way.
Um, and then the Madden 25 deluxe edition. Price. Let's see.
Hey,
What is it?
question there. Did you hear me cough?
No. You hit every time you cough, you mute yourself.
I hit the button on the mic and I every time before I've been doing it through Zoom itself, like muting on Zoom.
Well,
So that time
hit the button again and say something. No, you're good. You're good.
okay, cool. That's a
So
lot easier.
$150 for both those games.
Okay.
For both?
For
That's not
both the
bad.
games, $150. So, but
Thanks a
yeah,
lot, Mama.
I'm for just NCAA football deluxe edition, $100
Oh,
if you want the deluxe edition. But who doesn't
that's
want
crazy.
who doesn't want the deluxe edition?
Lorenzo,
Standard.
I'm keeping my eye out on Texas tickets for you. No
Oh,
luck.
thank you. I
No
told
luck.
Andrea, I was like, well, maybe Tyler was like, you know what? I could use some extra money for this baby coming and I could buy his tickets.
So my buddy Anthony has that game's tickets. I'm hopeful my uncle can find me a ticket. But so coincidentally, like we just had our Michigan like upgrade list, and my thought was, I was like, well, maybe I can find some additional tickets and then just start selling them off. There were like single tickets left, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, this is weird because I would have thought there would have been a little bit of a come down from the natty to
Yeah.
but clearly everybody's looking at the schedule and thinking the same thing, like, oh, I would just buy extras and then resell them all because that's
Yeah.
all that I saw. So
But
yeah.
yeah, so but we definitely have to get some sort of season or something going. And I don't know how long it's been since you guys have even played video games. I will tell you the time that you're really quote unquote allowed or feel comfortable doing it is usually after 11 p.m. on a Friday or Saturday night. So that's when I usually play video games with Sparks or with anybody else. So
Late night, yeah. When
so
we
if
were after COVID, when we were playing, what were we playing, Jim? Battlefield. That's what I feel like that's what we
Yeah.
did was like we would get online 10, 11 o'clock at night over the weekends and just basically have like 1, 2 a.m. sessions. And then everybody's like, okay, I'm tired. I gotta go to bed.
yeah,
But
yeah,
it's been a couple of years since even that. So
I'm excited, Jim. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the gameplay.
But you have to both of you have to get whole new systems.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I had one ordered at one point, and then I told myself, well, this is stupid because we're not even playing as much anymore. And I just like never showed up and picked it up. So it just credited me back. But
Well, you know what the benefit of them before was like, oh yeah, it's an awesome DVD player or awesome Blu-ray player. And
Yeah.
now you don't need those
you
anymore.
don't need
So
any of that.
it's
Yeah.
strictly
It's a
do you want to
computer.
play do you want to play video games? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes it
Maybe
a
I
little
could
tougher to
sell
sell.
it though. I could sell it now because I'm gonna have a son. So I'd be like, hey, he's gonna want to play video games with his dad. So yeah.
So you need like 7 or 8 years to get really good again.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
Yeah, or else the kid's not gonna love you because you suck at video games.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
If he'll look up to me more if he's like, holy shit, my dad's really good at NCAA. I had no idea.
dude,
Fair.
Mateo was in it.
Fair.
Mateo was in the NBA 2K for a while, and then he's like, "Dad, you want to play?" I was like, "I've never played this ever in my life." He's like, "Well, come play." And I played, and I beat him. He goes, "How do you know? How'd you win?" I go, "I never played this game, but I've played video games. So holding a controller like isn't. I just need to figure out what button does what, and I could figure things out." And then he's like, "Wait, how'd you call a pick and roll?" I was like, "I just hit this button."
Yeah.
He's
I don't-
getting frustrated with
oh,
you.
he got
Did you
mad
get
one
up in
time.
his face and like,
No, I didn't, but he got
Should
mad
have.
one time. He got real mad where he was winning by a lot, and I came back, and then he had a shot at the buzzer to I think to win. I can't remember, but he missed it and he got really bad.
did you scream brick?
No, but I probably went, yeah, or something like that, and he was not happy. And but he's not
Do
one
you,
to like get loud, like yell or whatever. But I could tell
Yeah.
he was pissed. Yeah,
do you, as you're coming back, do you start being like, I'm coming, coming? Like, do
I'll
you
go.
talk? You
I will
start
say,
giving it to him?
I'll go. Mateo. And then I'll hit another three. But it's only six now. Like, yeah, I definitely do that. He was getting so mad. I think I scored like that game. I scored probably over 100 points with Danny Green because he just kept hitting threes.
Nice.
Because he always wants to play like the ultimate team versus ultimate team. So whatever, like the best
Oh,
team.
gotcha.
So I played the Spurs, and Danny Green happened to be on that team for whatever year it was. And but yeah, he was this is mine. So he hasn't asked me to play NBA 2K in a while. So I don't know.
Wonder why. Weird.
He's been into the show now. He plays MLB the show. So we have like Game Pass through Xbox. So he's always getting new games because we pay like 20 some bucks a month, and you just get whatever games you want, and you can get them,
that's
you can
nice.
download them. Yeah. So I doubt the NCAA is going to be on it. It might take a couple months before it's on it, but I am not waiting. So
I was
Oh,
sitting
you
next
can't.
to
You need to get that dynasty going immediately.
yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting next to some guys at work, and they were younger than I am, and they were talking about this Game Pass thing, and I'm like, not to sound super old, but like, what the hell are you guys talking about? And they're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like Xbox, or it's like Netflix for video games, where it's like,
That's a good way to say it.
right,
Yeah.
you won't get the newest game like right away, but a couple months after it comes out, usually it's on there. Or sometimes it'll be available right away, but a lot of the big releases, it might take a month or two for it to show up there. But yeah, that way you can just play and go. I'm like, nah, not
I like
even.
it. I mean, Mateo uses it, but I see it as it's a lot. Well, I guess I should sit down and do the math. I think it's cheaper than like, all right, this new game come out and he wants to buy it. all right, and then this next month, this new game comes out. Okay, well then a year from now, the new Madden's coming out. You know what? But like, we just get on Game Pass and you know
You know
use
what's
up.
weird is that when we were growing up, video games cost $50, right?
Mhm.
Like a new one. I think that's relatively what they cost now, still, right?
They're up. I think they're about 70. But there was a huge story on this. I remember years ago that people were going crazy that game prices went from 50 to 60, and then everyone realized like, wait, it's been 50 for like a long time. And
Yeah.
then even
But
bumping it up to 60 like it isn't a lot of money,
but
but
what's crazy to me is that like okay, when those $50, that had to account for like distribution aspect of it, and now it's
mhm,
just like direct to like you just download a thing online.
yeah.
Like you don't have to
You
pick
don't
it
even
up
need
at a
the disc
warehouse,
anymore.
ship it
Yeah.
like across, do all that.
Mhm.
Um, the store like Best Buy gets a cut and all that type of shit too. It's like, no, it's just direct. So I would think from I would be interested to see like, adjusted for inflation, like how much revenue that the gaming places are getting off of this now
Mhm.
compared to what they used to get.
Yeah,
But
they're 70 now. The average price is 70, but um
okay.
you know what sucks is that there's a lot of space on the Xbox, like the storage space, so you got to get a external hard drive. But you can't just buy any external hard drive. You got to buy Xbox's external hard drive, and it's so much more expensive than
Damn.
just the
Weird
hard
how that
drive.
happens.
So we delete a lot of games because we do not have a hard drive.
That's what I would do though. I mean, because I do remember doing that often. Like, you would play Battlefield, or I did years ago. I played the show for a while,
Mhm.
and I just after 2 or 3 seasons, you're like, well, even though I have several seasons under my belt in that game, I just let it go and deleted it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's always a tough choice for Mateo, but I always remind him like, I mean, we can.
Which game to say goodbye to?
Yeah, yeah. I was like,
Time to cut the cord.
the only one I don't want you to get rid of is Fortnite because that's the only one I play right now. So, but who knows how big this NCAA game is going to be?
Yeah.
Can you
But
put a
Ty, what's
password? Can you put a password on which ones you delete? Because that could be a really sick like way to get back at a parent. Be like, your Madden game or your NCAA game. I deleted your Dynasty. I'd be like, no.
I don't know. I'm sure. I'm
Like
sure.
you put so many hours into that shit. I just already envisioned myself doing this, and I'd be crushed. I would be so
I'd be
crushed.
crushed. What's the longest you went on a dynasty in NCAA? Do you guys know? Because I was trying to figure that out, and I always got bored, or I always changed it, or wanted
I
to start
definitely
over.
got bored, but it was at least like 20 seasons. Like it was a ways into it. I don't know.
yeah, I
If
mean, it
mine,
kind
if
of got
uh,
it got to the point where it's like, okay, I got this recruit. Then you go all like 3 or 4 years with that recruit, like from freshman year, and be
And
like,
you
all right,
just every play on him. Yep.
let's make this awesome. I don't know, but like Navy or Air Force would always end up being like a top 10 school, like randomly,
at some
like
point,
15 years into the dynasty, all of a sudden you're looking at the top 25, and it's like, okay, Navy's up here.
Yeah.
This is weird.
You know that's some programmer that just loves college football and they're just like, I'm gonna put this into the little formula into
Yeah,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Um, no, man, it's I'd get on there for a long time. So
there was always a point for me where like for a few years I would do everything, and then after a while I would sim all the recruiting. Like I don't really care. I'll just whoever
yeah,
they give me, and like or I would target like a really good quarterback or a really good running back or something, and then everything else like I'd only focus on that, and then whatever I got because that is what takes a lot of time for me, like time
Is
that
the
I didn't have to worry
recruiting.
about.
Dude,
Yeah,
can you imagine the amount of time it would take now? Like
I know. I'm
like,
excited to see that
I
aspect
just
of it.
want to see what it looks like. Like
so I heard
because it's
that
probably like
the transfer portal will be there, but the NIL won't be.
Mm.
I
Like, so
feel
you
like
won't
it
be able to
has
be
to
like,
be in
hey,
there.
we're going to just pay you $20 million.
Yeah.
I
But
wonder
Well,
if I mean at some point, excuse me, at some point they'll have to put it in.
yeah, because they're already now to that point where they're going to pay players. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because even that's different. Even that's changed where the schools have just settled on that. Like, yep, we're gonna give players money now, and not
Mhm.
just NIL stuff.
Well,
So
that's what they were saying
what's
about last year's draft, or now the current draft class that just got drafted. But a lot of the guys that got drafted, they had only known NIL, which I was like, oh
yeah,
wow, that's different. So yeah,
it's wild because like 10 years, probably about 15 years ago now, there was an NCAA game that like you could get sanctioned. It would be like a player, took benefit. You're not on primetime games for like a year.
oh
And
when
then
was
I think
that?
ESPN like pushed back. Like that only happened like 1 year in
1 year.
NCAA.
They're like, nah, this is too
Yeah,
much.
they're like, we can't.
People just
They were
want to have
like,
fun. They don't want to get
we're only going
sanctioned.
to talk good things about the play, like because it would be like player skips class, like and like this player is not available for you for this game.
yeah.
That only happened like one season, I feel like, of NCAA, and then it was like, no, we're only going to show the positive side
Of college
of college football.
sports. That was probably soon after. That is why they canceled it, because they're just like, wait, people want money for their name, image, and likeness now. We can't pay them. Bye. So I'm
Well,
excited.
yeah,
I'm
it's
Lorenzo
excited.
gonna be
mentioned
cool.
it at the beginning, but Tyler wasn't here.
Mhm.
Yes, go ahead.
Um, Ty, you're about to
Yeah,
be a dad again.
I know. It's the clock has continued to progress forward. Time has
As
continued to
they
move
do.
forward as it does. Correct. So yeah, we are. It's getting close, dude. Heather's Heather's big. Looks like the baby. Looks like the baby could come at any moment.
Can I make that the TikTok?
Well, she was
Heather's
reading it off
big.
yesterday, and she because she has the app where it's like compares your baby to a size of food or fruit or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like your baby is now the size of a celery, and I'm like holding it out. I'm like,
A
holy shit,
celery.
that's a celery can be pretty big. I'm like,
What a weird
Yeah.
I
When you
thought
say
that
vegetable.
too.
celery,
I'm like, wait, are the appendages like the different shoots of the celery? Like, what's going
but I
on with
just
that?
think of like the short little celery sticks that you get at like
B
when you're,
dibs.
yeah.
The dipping sauce.
Well,
No,
that
Jim,
and the
those
baby.
are pre-cut.
Why wouldn't they use like just constantly use round fruit? Because the baby
Yeah.
is
I know.
in a
I'm
ball the whole like.
assuming
It's a
because
watermelon.
once the baby probably gets so big, there's probably very few fruits that are that large. That would be my guess. Because I can't tell you how many weeks on end it was like, your baby's the size of a mango. Your baby's the size of an avocado, a large avocado. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, these are all similar in size. Like, what's really going on? But anyway, so yeah,
When's go date? When's like official date?
it's weird because so this is also I don't remember this happening with Olivia, and you guys tell me about your kids too, but I remember going to ultrasounds with Olivia, but they never told us like the measurement of like they're already giving us percentiles of what your kid is measuring, and that's affecting the supposed due date. This is different. I don't remember that happening before. I just remember like with Olivia, due date was the due date, and I think she came like 2 or 3 weeks beforehand. With Heather, due date is August 1st, but they're telling us that the baby's due date has been moved up X amount of weeks because your baby is like they were telling her the baby's big at the 20-week ultrasound. They're like, your baby's in the 97th percentile for height and weight. I was like, oh shit, what does that mean? They're just like, it's probably going to come earlier than the due date. So then they start like moving up the due date. But then it's weird because we asked the doctor, we're like, so does that mean the due date's now this? And she's like, no, your due date is still this, but it's probably going to be more closer to this. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? So
You know what though? I like that. That shows me in 10 years medicine has
that medicine
advanced.
has progressed. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So that's the update is August 1st is the due date,
Heather's
but
big.
she's big, dude. Yeah,
Don't double
Well,
down.
this is
Don't
coming
double
out
down.
of her mouth also, like just
Yeah,
to be
yeah, but
completely
if
transparent. She's like,
sure, but it's
well, it was also funny,
is that
Lorenzo,
how you call her?
because
Be like, hey, big girl,
hey, babe, no, 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 no.
why don't you give me
But
some
no, it
cookies?
was funny because so one of Heather's like aunts came in for her baby shower a couple weeks ago, or a couple weekends ago, and she came into the house like before the baby shower to say hello to Heather.
she
And
went, whoa.
she goes, "Oh my God, you're as big as a house." And I was just like, "Oh shit." But
Damn,
no, she is not enjoying her pregnancy because she's just like very uncomfortable. And I'm like, well,
I would
it's the
imagine.
summer. Yeah,
Tell her suck it up. It's probably the easiest thing you can do in
Yeah.
life.
Just be
yes, I
like,
did.
hey,
No, she
enjoy
sent
it now,
me.
because as soon as this baby's here, you're working out. You got to get back and you got to tighten back up.
Oh, I can't. Uh,
I'll give you a
but
You know,
month. So August, if we have a beginning of August, September 1st, your ass is back on that Peloton.
by the time homecoming arrives, you better be ready.
you better be ready. Gotta shoot.
What I will have to do, I in the show notes, I will say, hey, people that are listening, get through Mavs talk, get through NCAA football talk, and please stay for the end because these last
Stay for
five
the end.
minutes.
There's a good segment on Tyler's future wife about how she's doing
Oh
with her
shit!
pregnancy. So yes.
Did has it hit you yet? Like, hey, I'm not going to be sleeping for a long time.
Yes. Yes. So I'll be honest. This is interesting. So well, I thought it was interesting.
We'll be
I'll
the
be the
judge of
judge of
that.
I
that.
Thank you.
we'll be the judge. Thank you. Uh, I have never taken more than like 2 weeks off in a row for work
Yeah.
purposes, even when Olivia was born, because my old company, they only gave me 2 weeks off. uh my new company, Asset Mark, they give us 20 bonding days, and then I can also take sick time after that before I would have to take any FMLA.
Oh,
So I plan on taking all 20 days in a row plus any sick time I have left. So I'll probably get like 24 days in a row, which is I think kind of cool because it'll like actually give me time to spend with, Heather, new baby. Yeah, so
Are
very
you
excited.
excited for that? Or do you think like after like 10 days, you'll be like, I could jump on a call and just kind of be away from
Oh,
all this stuff?
Heather fully anticipates. She's like, "You're gonna die," because she's like, "I know you," and she's right. Like, I just don't take long periods of time away from work, and she's like, she knows me well enough already, where she's like, "You're gonna be bored." Like, uh, I have a tendency to like, I'll work my 8 to 5, work at home Zoom meetings all day, whatever, calls all day. But then I'll go outside immediately and I'll start like right now, my project is I'm repainting every piece of like wood trim around my windows and all this stuff. So yeah, it's just she knows me. I try and just keep going, keep going, keep going. So she's like, "You're gonna be bored, you're gonna be looking for projects to do." And I'm like, "You're probably right." So
hey, whatever time. I mean, sure, there's bonding time, but there's also you can get stuff done. That's all right
well,
too.
we just talked about NCAA, so it'll perfectly line up. So I mean, I didn't even really think of that until now that we've talked about it, and the timing will be impeccable. So if anything, Jim, I'll be feeding some late night bottles, putting games on pause,
I
and
had
then
Mateo. I would hold the controller. I'd hold it like this, and I'd have Mateo in my just in my elbows playing video games
yes,
while he was sleeping. So
so that will
it's
probably
doable.
be happening. Yes,
Yeah.
that'll probably be happening.
Or put the baby in a rocker down by your feet and just use your foot and rock it.
That's another thing, dude. There's all this new
Oh, I bet
baby
there's new gadgets and stuff.
technology. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So much new technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a
I look,
baby. I don't know. There's just so much new stuff. They have like all these
Lorenzo,
sleep things for babies now. It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
he named the baby after the best running back of all time,
I
too.
saw that. Yeah.
Emmett. That's
So I
right.
might so can I get him an Emmett Smith jersey?
Uh, how did he spelled it? EMMIT?
IT. TT.
or was it TT?
Double T.
Yeah, we went the other way. We went Emmett with the EMMETT.
I don't care.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know you don't. Uh, can you get him an Emmett Smith jersey? I think so. I think that'd be kind of cool. I don't know if Heather would appreciate it as much. She's a diehard Browns fan.
So
Uh,
I got into it with my wife because I was like, no, let's get like an Emmitt Smith jersey. Like it would be cool for the baby, all this type of stuff. And she's like, no, we can't do that because like, uh, they're Browns fans. I'm like,
she respects the football. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, I don't care about that. Like it's a cool jersey. Like,
See,
no.
but
And
the thing is
and she's
the
like, how would you
name
feel if when we had a kid, if they gave like brown stuff? I was like, I wouldn't care. Like if it was cool, if it had to do like if you got my daughter like a Brooklyn Nets jersey, right?
that would be cool.
That
Yeah.
would be cool. I wouldn't give a shit about that. And but she put her foot down and said no. So we got I think some Nike swag. I
I
think.
liked it. Yeah. We
I
got
don't
it.
I don't.
I don't remember.
Oh, I just I don't. Oh, one last thing. It doesn't super pertain to you guys. Maybe it will, Jim. The
Oh.
guy strip is coming up.
Oh.
Tyler had to cancel, which is fine. I
Had
obviously
to bow
it's
out.
yeah, obviously you're dealing with Heather and the new baby and everything, and
I'm on that play clock, dude, and it's
we
like if
did.
we're talking
Hey,
basketball play clock, it's like maybe getting around that 10-second mark, and you're like, ooh, you
all right.
gotta make a move, gotta get the pick and roll going.
I mean, that'd be the worst thing to be all the way across the country. Like, oh, by the way, I'm in
Yes.
labor.
Well, and
So I get
we
it.
talked about it obviously beforehand, and she's just like, yeah, it'd be one thing too if you were like two, and I was the one leading the conversation, by the way, saying like, I'm not comfortable because
Yeah,
it's so far away and it's a time change and
yeah,
it's not easy to get back like with flights. So yeah, she's like, yeah, I agree. Like, it'd be different if it was like, a 2-hour venture. And I'm like, yeah, because then I could just hop in the car and get back. But
yeah.
I'm kind of, at the mercy of flights and stuff. So
We did
but
as
yeah,
a
I'm
as a
bummed.
group. There are five of us still going. And we did as a group decided to offer your spot to Jimmy.
Sweet.
Um,
Is he going?
I don't know.
No.
I told Jimmy he didn't have to let us know until the day of. He could be like, hey,
I'm not. It's my daughter. Like we already planned my daughter's birthday
Oh, just bring
party,
her.
and so we're going down to Austin that weekend.
oh,
So
nice.
Who's
uh,
the next up on the list? You got another backup?
That was it, man. It was Jimmy
Damn.
and
Jimmy or bust.
my brother-in-law. Uh,
but
so
Lorenzo, I hate to. It was a very nice gesture that you made. Um, like a week before that, Tyler called me and he was like, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to go. Do you just want to take my spot?"
Because I figured I'm like, if they would sign up for anybody to take the spot, it would probably be Jim.
Well, I'll
So,
tell you what. If anything, Jimmy, that just shows how many people love you. Or like, hey, we should reach out to Jimmy.
that's right.
Because it wasn't like George is the one who brought it up first, and then as a group, when we said, hey, this is what we want to do. What do you guys think? And Bucher, Birkin, and Sparks, like, yeah, I think that sounds a good idea. So
We
yeah,
And
appreciate.
there were probably
I
other names mentioned, and they're like, no, fuck that guy. Like, we don't like
Yeah.
that person.
well,
So,
here's what we thought too, because I was like, well, should we offer the spot to one of the other guys that decided not to go? And George had a good point. He goes, I think it'd be fine, but what sucks is that they didn't want to go, but now they're like, oh yeah, I'll go now that it's free. You're like, yeah, that's a
yeah,
good point. Like,
yeah, that's true.
we want you to go to hang with us, not to because it's free, but
You
we
guys will have a
realized
fun time though. I'm jealous. I'm
yeah.
bummed because I've always wanted to go to San Diego. San
Well,
Diego.
well, we're getting in. Everyone's getting in a day early, so we got the place for an extra day.
Sweet.
And I think everyone's coming in Wednesday morning. Bucher changed his flight to come in Wednesday afternoon. Um, so everyone will be there. We're gonna have fun and go to.
Are
I
you
think
guys going to the
venture to a Padres
Padres?
game. Yep,
Nice.
yep.
That'll be fun too.
Mateo likes their City Connect jerseys, so I'm gonna probably buy him a City Connect from there. So
That'd be
nice.
sweet.
but yeah, it's gonna be a good time. But
Yeah, you
we'll
guys
miss
will
you
have
guys. It's a bummer that you guys can't make it, but hey, the next one is closer to. It'll be on our side of the country, Tyler. It'll be on the east side. 2026.
26.
All my pictures are popping up in my memories from 2 years ago when we were in Austin. So
Yeah,
that was
I
making
just
me
had
smile.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing Can Jam. Somebody must have taken a video, and I was like, "Damn, that looks so fun."
With the video or the pictures I saw were us. There was the first night we were there, I think, playing beer pong. That was sweet.
It was a good time.
That we drank so much
the
beer so fast.
I
Yeah.
know.
The food spread, I got that photo memory that popped up with George and
Yeah.
the rib cook off we did, and yeah, a lot of Cam Jam photos, the pool, and I was just like, where am I in this pool shot? I found myself in the back. I was cleaning the pool, so
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
you remember how I was cleaning the pool
Yeah.
nonstop. So
That
that's what I was
house is
doing.
pretty. That worked out like pretty well.
Yeah, I
It
think
did.
so.
Yeah.
So well,
Super chill.
so my plan is, just so you guys are aware, shortly before the end of this year, we will start planning for 2026. So be on the lookout for that. So it'll be another group of I think we're up to 14 people that get invited. So I would really like to include my brother-in-law. His name's Dan. The problem is nobody knows him. And
I don't
Andrea
know how I
goes,
feel about this.
I know. I'm not going to do it if the group says no.
Weird.
Because that's how we set up the system. So, but we invited him for this one because there's an open spot and no one cared. And Andrea goes, yeah, Dan gets along with everybody. Dan get along with a cardboard box. I'm like, yeah.
That's a good person to bring then. There
Yeah.
you go.
So, but anyway,
I don't know if I like Dan.
He's got to earn my trust.
you like soccer? He likes soccer.
I don't.
Jim doesn't strike me as a big soccer fan.
He likes bourbon and the Kentucky
I just
Derby.
did a bourbon tasting.
Did you?
I could have talked to
Could have talked to Dan.
I met Ed Belfour. You guys remember that name?
It sounds very familiar. As
Goalie.
a
He was,
hockey player?
Professional hockey goalie.
Oh, nice.
Played for the Blackhawks for years, played for the Stars, won a cup with Dallas. So super nice guy, talked nonstop for hours about bourbon, about hockey, about life. Super nice guy.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool.
So anyway, 2026, I'm already thinking about it, and this one hasn't happened yet. So we'll see what happens at the end of the year. But anyway, guys, do you have any dad jokes before we go? If not, that's fine because I don't have one either. So
No, my phone's not even with me. Again, given the circumstances that are outlined,
next time we'll chalk it up to our first time back and people having to set alarms to get here.
It was really on par, I thought. I was like, this is perfect. I'm late for the first one back. I overslept. Phone died. This is perfect. So
yeah. Well, thanks, guys. I'm excited to get this thing going again. I appreciate both of you. And I don't ever. Besides, thanks, George. I
would just like to say I missed you guys too. So that's
fun.
Important to say. So
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Ditto.
That didn't sound genuine at all, but okay.
Thanks, George. Well, no, we'll start. Thanks, Megan. Thanks, Rachel. Did we stop saying thanks to Birkin because we didn't confirm if
because he could never prove that. Every time we were asking for verbal confirmation of proof of life, I will say, he never.
Thanks, Kurt. Was Kurt one?
Kurt, Kurt was a one for sure.
Thanks, Beth.
Beth for sure.
OG Bucher, and of course, thanks, George.
George.
Yeah.
Listen to that listenership. So many.
Yeah. So hopefully they all listen. Hit the whatever the email is. I forget now. Is it 3differentdads@gmail.com? And all the social medias. So thanks, guys. This is great. This has been another episode of 3 Different Dads.
Dear Jane, chances are you won't find the time to read this or respond, but I just want